Ooh, okay. Hello, and welcome to the comment response video for Is Max Landis Gay? I wanted to address one thing that seemed to come up in the comments a lot, just right off the bat. I know he's not gay! I said in the video I know he's not gay! Like, what is with everyone and feeling like they need to comment that, like, has all these ex-girlfriends and stuff? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just watch the freaking video. It's not the point. The other thing I loved as far as, like, trends in the comments was there was a group of people who commented something along the lines of, like, I was expecting a shitty gossip video, but this is much better and more interesting. And I'm like, thanks. I'm glad I exceeded expectations. Okay. So chances are, if you're watching this video, you either know me in real life, or you found me because Max Landis shared my video, but in the event that you haven't heard, Max Landis saw my video and shared it! My favorite were, like, the tweet he said in response, which I have up on my wall here. It's, she says she doesn't masturbate to me in this video because I'm too old. My heart is broken, yet somehow I'm reborn anew. I love it so much. And there were a bunch of, like, really excellent tweets people had about the video that I want to share, even though they weren't comments on the video. Wait, one person asked, is it me or is she mimicking your speech patterns and presentation style from your YouTube videos? Okay, this wasn't, like, 100% on purpose, I'm pretty sure. But I had been, like, watching all of the Max Landis videos while I was making the videos, so it began to influence the way I talked and acted. So, yes, by osmosis. Oh, the best, by far, of the comments was, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but I suspect you of being into dude butts. Don't call me, I do not find you attractive. I love it so much. It was like the best TLDR of my video. Oh. Okay, this one I don't get. This is a comment, someone's like, mid-tier? You were on Red Letter Media for Pete's sake. I don't... First of all, the mid-tier thing is, like, kind of a joke. It's also that, like, he isn't, like, one of the super famous screenwriters. He's not Joss Whedon. He isn't, like, even close to being a household name. The other thing is, Red Letter Media is not mainstream. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a film nerd and even I don't watch them. Like, what? Back to the actual comments from the video. My favorite is Max Landis' response to the video is just, I am never okay. Which, first of all, reminds me of this New Yorker cartoon, and also, I love the fact that someone responded, oh damn, it's notable pro wrestling gorilla fan Max Landis! I should have made that joke in the video, it's so great! Okay, so Alex Stussio, which was like one of like the first real comments I got in the video, wrote this long thing about having met Max Landis at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to put it on the screen now. If you really want to read all of it, you can pause and take a look. I think it's really interesting. But the TLDR is that he met him and he expected to have this, like, instant connection with him because he knew him so well, but didn't because, you know, Max had never met him. And I thought that was really interesting, and another thing I really talked about in the video. I thought it was really cool. I don't have anything to say about that, but I have to say that, like, the dream up until Max found and tweeted out the video was that, I was gonna meet him and be like, so I made a video about you on the internet about how you may or may not be gay. Check it out, and then just run away. Oh, someone found my video after watching a Red Letter Media video, which I'm glad I'm popping up in people's recommended, and people are actually watching a video I made. Okay, so someone asked me to do a crossover with the guy who made 14 Landis, and I'm, like, now friends with the guy who made 14 Landis, who is really busy right now and can't do a crossover with me. I'm really hoping that he'll become less busy around the time the Carly thing comes out and we can do a thing about the Carly thing, but I'm not sure, because I haven't read the Carly thing, so I don't know what I'm gonna make about it, I guess. But if you are a Landis fan who has not seen 14 Landis, you are sorely missing out. Like, go watch 14 Landis, it is hilarious. Okay, so this guy, Imaginary Enemy, wrote, like, a surprisingly long thing about, how Ezra Miller is actually much more fashionable than Max Landis, and fair? Okay? You clearly have a lot of passion about this. I think you're right. Alright, Darklight Avenger, tells the story of how they had a dream about Max Landis where they tried to make out with him. And I love it because I also have dreams of Max Landis. Not as exciting as that. Without fail, the dream usually goes, I'm somewhere, I see him, I go, oh my god, you're Max Landis! And then he goes, chill kid, and walks away. Okay, Entropy Spawn asks, is it weird that I don't link liking somebody's work with sex? No, that isn't weird. The thing about Max Landis is it's not just his work. Like, I think if I had just seen American Ultra and Me, Him, Her, I would have been like, those were some interesting movies that had some interesting ideas about relationships. I especially liked the way abusive relationships were portrayed in Me, Him, Her. But I wouldn't have, like, gone and looked up Max Landis. What I'm a fan of with Max Landis is really, like, his Instagram stories and his tweets and his videos, and it's very much, like, him talking, and because he's like talking to a camera, it feels like he's talking to you, and so it's a much more personal relationship. And the sort of follow-up question that came with that is like, third, not that it matters, but you said you were sexually attracted to Max, right? Isn't your channel name symbolic of your sexual orientation, or is it just a name? Not that it matters, it doesn't. I'm just curious. So in case anyone other than Entropy Spawn was wondering, I am bisexual. Woo. Play the clip of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend here.
My, oh my, it's a fact I can't deny. I'm bye until the day I die.
And, like, I don't know whether or not I'm sexually attracted to Max Landis. Like, that was a joke in the video, but it's also real. Like, I just, and like, I have this weird thing where I get attracted to, like, this particular type of guy that, like, Max Landis is, like, archetypical of, and I can't tell if I want to, like, be with them or be them. To the point where, like, there was a part of my life where I was like, maybe, like, I'm a trans dude. Like, that's what this is a manifestation of me wanting to be a dude. That's not the case. I'm cisgendered, but, like, it's a weird kind of attraction, basically. Oh god, no, I hit the mic arm. Basically what I'm saying is it's a weird kind of attraction, and that's why I made a whole video about whether or not I'm attracted to him, I guess? I don't know, just, let's get away from me and back into interesting stuff. Film 79 offers what is actually a really interesting conspiracy theory that Max Landis and Milo Yiannopoulos are secretly the same person, and that they can't simultaneously exist. So, like, when one of them is active, the other is, like, in the negative zone. And I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I've never seen the two of them in the same room before. Eye of the Beholder writes, this is a train wreck of a video, yet quite entertaining. 10 out of 10. Thanks. Did you just try to neg me? Is that what's happening here? Okay. So the Granny Gaming writes a long comment which is, like, very constructive criticism about the video and how it sort of jumps all over the place, and especially the fact that the stuff about Cosby and Cosby being a rapist doesn't really relate to the Max Landis stuff. I can see that that is very true. Like, and I really appreciate the feedback and how polite this person was. The thing is, this is like the subtext of the video, is really that I'm worried that Max Landis is secretly a sexual predator. And I can't make the video be is Max Landis a sexual predator, because that's, like, really dangerous. Because that's not really, like, I don't have any proof. That's the whole point, is that there's this stranger who I really like and is really charismatic, and they could easily be a sexual predator, and I have no control over it, and I don't know them intimately enough to know whether or not that's true. And that's sort of the terrifying thing about loving people who are celebrities on the internet, is that they have a dangerous amount of power over their fandoms, so it's very they very easily become predators, and there's a lot of cases of this. But that said, like, I think it's a little irrational to think that he's a sexual predator beyond just the fact that, like, anyone in his position could be. I really like the stuff he's talked about as far as, like, having been an abusive partner. I'm gonna link to the 2 videos in the description. One of the videos actually does appear in my video where I say he makes me realize deep truths about myself. He has a bit where he's talking about Toby Turner, and then he has, like, a sort of storytime thing, like, it's like a Moth Storytime Hour kind of a thing where he talks about realizing that he's a shitty person. And I don't know, for me at least, that really helped. I had very recently been in an abusive relationship, and it helped me understand why this person had treated me so poorly. And I think it's really great, and I highly recommend checking out those videos. Okay. And to back up their point about I suck at maintaining tone and mood whiplash, I just wanted to thank everyone who left a nice comment on the video and, like, compared me to one of my idols, and just like, I wasn't expecting this kind of reception to the video, and I love it, and I love you guys so much. Thanks. There's another thing I, like, forgot to mention while I was making this video, and that is that my relationship with Max Landis is now just, like, so much weirder. Like, he knows that I exist now, and he's seen me say that I would never masturbate to him. That is a weird relationship to have with a stranger, and, like, I wrote him a letter, and he said my name in an Instagram story, and, like, but we've never spoken. It's so much weirder, but also awesome. I just wanted to say that. Bye.